Boom! With the power of technology, Sundancerr emerges. What is up, dude? Thank you so much for coming on. Oh
Uh,
my gosh. Let me do this. There we go.
no, thank you so much for having me. It's here. It's great to be here.
Well, I mean, what I just like 2 seconds ago was like, wow, it's amazing that we can even do this because you're having a little bit of sound issues. But I mean, it is amazing that like you're in Australia right now and we're talking to you from the past, kind of. you're
Oh,
you're in the
oh,
future a little bit, kind of. It's Saturday for you, and
yeah, that's right. Yeah, so it's like 9 a.m. Saturday morning over here. It's so strange every time. Like I've been to America once, and the fact that every time you go to America, you lose time, and then you gain it back when you gain time and lose time when you come back to
yeah.
Australia. Like it's pretty mind blowing.
It is. It really is. It's like on a smaller scale. Like if I leave the Midwest and go to the West Coast, for me, if I leave by 9 a.m., I get there around 9:30 a.m. So it's just sort of this like
That's it. That's a big trip right there.
right, right. But for you, it's even crazier because it's like almost an entire day. It's like you
Mm.
are in Saturday right now, which it's just it's weird, and it's like like the flat earthers, like it's just that idea that like time zones were just sort of made up to throw people off and to mislead people. Do you guys have flat earthers where you're at? I mean, like, do you know flat earthers? Because I know some flat
I've only
earthers.
seen the I've only seen that bloke on YouTube, to be honest. But like, isn't there a part of it that Australia doesn't exist?
Dude, I
Isn't
don't
that
even
part
know.
of it?
I never went.
Um,
I never went that far into it, but I hope that's part of it. No
I
offense.
watched it.
No
I think I
offense.
watched a video on YouTube for a laugh, like just to see what is this on about, and it was pretty funny. And I think part of it was like, yeah, Australia doesn't exist, or it's just made up, or whatever. But I can attest, I've seen the world and the curvature of the horizon in a plane, so
So
we're good. I'm pretty sure it's round.
you heard it here first, folks. Sundancer says it's round. It's gotta be round, yo. It's gotta be round. So I mean, 9 a.m. Is this not really a time that you're usually conscious to the world, or do you usually wake up this early?
Oh, I'm normally up a bit earlier
Oh,
for
really?
work. Yeah, yeah. So I'm usually at the very latest starting work now. But on a Saturday, that kind of gets thrown out the window. Hey, it depends what's going on. So it depends what's going on with the farm. Or if I've got nothing on, then maybe this is about the time I'll get up. But yeah.
Wait.
But if there's
So you live on a farm right now? I mean, like you live on a farm.
no, I'm in town, but there's a farm that. So like I don't live on the farm, but
Uh
we
huh.
have a farm.
Uh huh.
Does that make sense? Like
Yes.
yeah, yeah. So I've got to travel out to there
Gotcha.
to like look after stuff.
Right, right. You got like cattle to tend and stuff like that. What kind of farm is
Yeah.
it? What kind of farm?
Well, I just look up. It's got sheep predominantly
Sweet.
and crops. So I look after the cropping side of things. So like wheat to make bread and that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
So we're growing that this year. So I've been looking after that, and I'm hoping, fingers crossed, it's going to rain because I need some of that today. Yeah,
Now, is this your farm or is this like your family's farm?
family farm. Yeah, family farm. But
Okay.
like, yeah, yeah, which is pretty cool.
No,
It's a
that's
great way to grow
amazing.
up.
I love that. Like, there's so little of that here anymore. Like, farming is almost subsidized. Like, the government almost pays people not to farm here. And if they do pay people to farm here, it's just to make like massive amount of corn for corn syrup. So it's interesting. it's interesting to see. Shit, sorry, chords, drag. But that's really cool, man. So like, what are you like driving combines and tractors and shit?
Well, the good thing about what I do is, so part of my real job, I guess you could say, is the one that keeps. So streaming's like my hobby that's just kind of turned into bigger than I thought it would be, and farming is like just something I do on the side with the family and that kind of stuff. But my real job is advising farmers, and so part of that is I usually get, because of where the farm is and that sort of stuff, it's easier to get people to like contractors and stuff, so I can get it on time who are like my neighbours and things.
Okay.
So I do a bit of that, but most of that I get contracted out. But I do all the checking and if people ask how heavy do you want to when do you want to get the weeds, kill the weeds, or when you want to do that sort of stuff, put fertilizer on the crop, then I'll be like, yeah, we'll do it here, and I've got to pay for it. So that's probably the most important job out there is having to fork out the cash, and that hurts a bit.
That hurts a bit. Well, I'm sure it does, man. So are you guys like in a drought right now? Is that what you're?
We were for like 3 years, like one of our worst droughts on record. But this year is massive turnaround. So in January, February, where I live, just like buckets of water, right? And we're just like, what? And so this has been a really good season. So we're very excited at the moment.
Now, I lived in California for about 13 years, and I know that like when the winters are very rainy and it's like, like and out in West Coast in California, it's basically Southern California is basically a desert. It's a very arid place, and all the water is imported from like mountain melt from the snow and the Colorado River, which is being depleted horribly. And but anyways, that's besides the point. I know that when it's a very rainy season and all these reservoirs are being replenished, it almost creates like this fuel for the dry season. And then that's when the fires start. Like it because there's an abundance of foliage, right? And then because of all the rainwater, and then you have all this growth, and then right when fire season comes, it's just like it rages almost out of control. I'm curious. I know there was that big fire going on. I don't know if that's still going on, but I know I forgot that there was a drought, and that's why you guys had that horrible fire, which was just devastating. But is that kind of what happens out there as well, or is it just like rain comes, everybody rejoices, and good times?
It's really interesting. Like Australia is a beautiful country, and it's a very unique place in that it's I guess it's the way it kind of and the way the Aboriginal people have been looking after the country for a long time is that it relies on like bushfires or fires are a part of Australian culture, if that makes sense. But they're in a controlled environment. So the Aboriginal people used to go around and start small bushfires and kind of keep what you're talking about under control, like not so you're getting a lot of dry matter to start a massive bushfire like that we had that just went. But they used to do small fires and kind of keep it under control because a lot of our plant growth relies on bushfires to germinate, which is really cool. Like you get plants that are exposed to that heat, and then that what causes them to spring out of the ground.
That's insane, dude. That is.
I know. Yeah, it's Australia's such a weird place. Like because it's been isolated.
What kind of plants do that? I'm sorry to get sidetracked.
Like little ferns, and I guess that's the best way to describe them. That just kind of won't do anything until their seed has been exposed to certain temperatures, and which you only get in a fire. And so they used to do like cool burning, where you'll see it like just the fire will go along the ground and won't even like burn trees or anything. It'll just take the dry litter on the ground, that sort of stuff. So, but when that fuel builds up over a long time and you get really dry periods, like the drought, that's when you get those massive bushfires and we can't really control it. But yeah, it's all out now, which is good. But it was devastating. And it's impact, like a lot of towns got burnt down, and it was pretty crazy.
Yeah. Where you're at, were you able to see like the smoke and stuff, or was that far away from you?
It was just like smoke for days. Like the whole town was covered in smoke.
So you were that close to it?
Probably like a couple hundred kilometers. So what's that, like, I don't know, 100, 200 miles or something?
I was going to say 300, 400 miles. That's how dumb of an American I am. They're like 5,000 miles.
And I would walk 500 miles.
Yeah, sure. No, it's crazy how because in Australia that's where that big hole in the ozone layer is supposed to be. Am I correct, or do I have that all wrong?
No, that's actually not there anymore.
It's
Um,
fixed. That was the
yeah,
90s.
yeah,
That was the 90s.
yeah, yeah. And so that was over kind of Antarctica, less so Australia.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Then I'm
yeah,
just
yeah, yeah. No, I got to ask that question the other day, so that's why I know. That's all. I'm not.
you're
Yeah.
not
So
the
that's
expert.
that's gone now.
Well, that's
Yeah.
good. That's good. So, when did you start? Okay, first of all, I'm just curious about your music career before Twitch. Was
Right.
do you have music in your family? Do you have a lineage of music?
Oh, it goes back a long. No.
Well, sometimes
So
it does, and sometimes for some people it does.
since the dawn of time. No, I guess in a little bit in the family, like my grandfather is an amazing pianist, piano player. Let's go with that. And yeah, he could hum a tune or two as well. And then my old man is an amazing singer. He used to sing since he was like a little boy kind of thing. But I've got a fair few siblings, and none of us were musical for a long time. I personally didn't start playing music till like I was at university, so at college.
Okay.
So I didn't do anything before that. I might have played the recorder at school, but I was too focused on sport and didn't really feel to like music wasn't really. I listened to it all the time, so I love listening to music. Have since I was a little kid, but I haven't really played it myself until very recently. And so before Twitch, it was just like I had like an old guitar. I don't know, you can't really see it, but like an old terrible guitar that I just muck around with like every couple months or something when I thought, there's this cute girl that I want to impress. Let's learn a song.
Yeah.
And I didn't like singing. So I didn't like singing in front of people when I wouldn't do it. And so that's literally, yeah. So that's literally, I was very self-conscious about my voice. So like, I literally didn't do anything. So Twitch in a way has just awoken this opportunity to share music.
What didn't you like about your voice?
Oh, they say every artist hates their own voice.
Oh yeah, I absolutely, and I can tell you exactly what I hate about mine.
Yeah. So I just like I couldn't understand how I couldn't sing along the same like I guess now I don't know why, but like before I didn't like why can't I sing the same key as Taylor Swift? Like what's going on there? Like
Yeah.
and that sort of thing. So essentially what happened is I didn't understand my voice or what its range was or what its capacity was until I had a real crack and kind of opened up what it meant and what my voice really was comfortable with and what really suited me. I was trying to push it to like, to sing like Justin Timberlake when I just don't have the same voice as Justin Timberlake.
Right.
So that's fine. And I just accepted that and went from there.
So as soon as you accepted that, like, that's just not my voice, that's not who I am, you were just like, you accepted yourself. That's nice. That's a nice story. You're just like, no, because I know exactly what I love about your voice, and I was just curious, like, what? Because I mean, you're a crooner, like you have that deep voice, and you have a voice for country or something. Like, no, I love it, and it's very fun. And then, what I love about love about you and your singing, and then contrast that with you like getting a raid or like someone dropping a ton of bits or you just being silly. You have like this very high contrast. You like it's just this very fun like contrast between your like oh and you're like oh like. And I'm not making fun of you.
I know what you mean.
I'm not making fun of you at all because I think it's part of the charm, and I'm sure that's probably why people like hanging out is because you get so animated about certain things and like you're silly and like the other day it was really fun. Like you had this really cool idea to do a subathon where you dressed up as Weird Al and then you were trying to sing with marshmallows in your mouth and that shit was hilarious.
I'm giving away those marshmallows if you want some. They are not great marshmallows. I just bought them because they're the biggest ones I could find, but they taste horrible.
I've never been a fan of marshmallows. Like marshmallows were like the lowest, like the very bottom of the totem pole for me and getting for candy. You know what I mean? Do you guys do you guys do Halloween and trick or treat over there? Is that a thing there?
Oh, yeah, it happens. Yeah, it's just not like it's not a big thing.
It's not like a bunch of fat little kids running around begging strangers for candy.
Oh, there's a little bit of that, like, but it's not a massive thing. Like, I think it's becoming more popular now, within like I guess the youngest generation at the moment. But yeah, when I was growing up, it was just like you might get one come to your door, and you'd be like,
What do you
"What's
do?
this? What's going on? People giving out lollies?
Yeah.
Damn, what am I getting on this?"
Well, okay, so you said that you live out in kind of the sticks. What's the closest bigger city that's near you?
I guess the city I live in. It's like technically it's called a city, but it's like 40,000 people.
Mm-hmm.
But before that, I used to live in a town of like 1,000 people.
Wow.
And when it was like, so they grew a lot of like irrigated crops. And so when there was a lot of like water about and reservoirs were rain, there was a lot of rain, that sort of thing. Then you'd have like 3,000 people. So like, yeah. And then I've lived in Sydney as well, which is like 5-6 million people. Yeah. So I've been around a little bit in terms of density of population kind of.
Yeah. Man, I always find that you gotta sort of get away from the small town you're from for a little bit. Was that kind of what that was for you, like going to Sydney and like kind of moving around? Did you have any of that?
It was really interesting. Yeah, no, I definitely like. I look back on my time in Sydney and am grateful that I was able to just get around some new people, new ideas, and kind of challenge myself. I went there to like study, but also to play rugby. I don't know.
Yeah, I know.
Do you guys play much rugby?
I know what rugby is. I don't watch it, but it's kind of like aggressive no pads football. Well, I'm sorry, NFL football, not soccer.
I watch NFL a bit, so I do enjoy watching.
Okay, cool. Right on. Yeah, I know what it is. I know what it is.
Yeah. So I went there to study and play footy, and was just like I lived with like these 3 or 4 people in a house, and they all like played. That influenced my music a lot because they play a lot of, I guess what you called folky, like the Head and the Heart, that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And so I listened to a lot of that, and that's why some of my songs in the set list have those artists in there from my time in Sydney. So I grew up like listening to a lot of country music and pop music, and then in came the folk, and then a few other things, a bit more rock.
Yeah. So I'm curious. You said you growing up, you listen to country. Are you talking? Okay. Hi, Whispering Glitter. Thank you for dropping in. I am gonna honor your points. I promise you. But I'm going to do it after I'm done talking to Sundancerr, because I don't think Sundancerr wants me to sing a song poorly in front of him.
I'm happy for a song to be
Sundancerr, you stay out of this. I could... Okay, I'll do it, but just let me talk to Sundancerr for a little bit. Let's get a little warmed up to Sundancerr, and I'll do it, and Sundancerr can judge me, and it'll be fun.
It'll be beautiful.
You know these points. So I stream, I do the interviews, and then I do... All right, calm down, Reina. I do these interviews, and then I do like live loop stream, where I'm just live looping and stuff. These points are designed for when I'm live looping, because when I'm talking to guests, it's really hard to make. And a melodica solo? For real? Okay. So they're redeeming points right now. They're redeeming melodica solos and for me to sing a song. I promise I'll do that. I promise it'll happen. I'm not going to do it just right this second, though, okay? So just give me a little bit. Let me talk to Sundancerr. And then we'll polish this off, and we're also gonna play games. We'll play Craigslist later too, guys. So be prepared. Okay. So anyways, yeah. The that's the thing about chat, is that it's like completely distracting. It's like, like I'm sure you run into this all the time, where you're trying to play a song and you're like following a thread or a conversation, and it just sort of throws you off to the point where you almost got to like turn it away from it. I'm not very new to doing the actual streaming. This is like my 2nd month doing this, and Reina's been doing it for like a month before that. So like we're all pretty new to this. and the technology side of this is fucking insane.
Oh, bro.
Were you when you started into this venture? Where were you technically, like on a technology
Oh,
level?
like I guess like I've always been not too bad with like audio gear and that sort of stuff. Like I did do sound at my local church when I was a kid.
Oh,
So I
cool.
did have I had a little bit of an idea. But I found with streaming, like I started with a laptop, which I still use now. Like I didn't have any other screens. It's just a laptop sitting in front of me with a webcam and the laptop mic, which is shockingly bad for, what's it called? Oh,
Streaming.
when you have to.
Oh,
Oh, it's just the mic itself is bad because it doesn't take much air for it to like, that word. Oh man, what's that?
are you talking about? Oh, the microphone.
Like that's why I have
the pop filter.
yeah, that's why I have this. Yeah, to stop it doing that. And so it was just like I've got a clip from my first stream when I did it, and I remember I watched that the other day, and I was just like, damn, like I've changed. You've definitely changed a lot, I reckon, when you start on Twitch. Like it's amazing how much you learn from just having to be able to do this. But yeah, when I started, it was a process of like finding what gear I needed and then learning how to use it. YouTube is an endless resource, I reckon, for streamers if you're trying to get better at it. But I think over time you just kind of get an idea, right, I need to focus on my audio and get that sweet. And so you kind of invest in a few different mics and stuff. And now I'm happy with my setup, but it definitely took a little while to get to that stage.
Well, yeah, talk about that because you have like such a wild ass thing. Like you have like party mode, you have fire. Talk about like sort of your journey to that. I mean, because was this something that moved rather quickly, or was it something that you built over time, like a bigger, longer duration of time, or did it seem to move really quickly? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I mean, did it come easily, or not easily, but did it come quickly? Did it sort of compound like that?
It was really interesting because like I never it's a balance, I reckon, when it comes to Twitch streaming and trying to get your personal life also involved, because I feel like the temptation is to like jump on streaming and just go your hardest, but you kind of burn other things in your life. Like it's just like anything, you got to balance everything. And so I found I had a full-time job. I got like a little family, and I've got the farm, and I want to do music at the same time as a bit of a hobby. So I always was at like 2 to 3 streams a week, mainly on two streams most of my time here. And so I found with the gear and learning that sort of stuff, it was a progression, but a lot of that stuff you're talking about in terms of fires and the Pokemon and the party time stuff. Party time is probably the most recent. That was like bursts. So I just stumble across a YouTube video of OBS plugins. And you're like, whoa, that's cool. I didn't know you could do that. Yeah. And so you learn that little bit, and then you can chuck it in there, and it just becomes a normal part of your stream from there.
Right.
And so I found, so the gear, for me, it's always been about trying to improve myself in my music. And so I started Twitch purely to get better at music and to be like, I need to I was never practicing enough, and I was like, I need to practice. And so I was like, so my mate was like, I'm going to start a Twitch channel. I'm like, what the hell's Twitch, man?
Right.
How do I get around this? And he's like, oh, there's music on here. I'm like, what? Okay, let's check it out. And so I did. And that's why I started. And it was always about trying to improve myself, my singing and my guitar skills. And so everything else is just kind of, I feel like with Twitch, it's more of it's not, you can't just focus on music alone. You got to have a personality that interacts with chat.
Yeah.
And you build an entertainment kind of channel, I guess you could say. Like, I don't feel like there's ever a true music channel. It's all about the person and the relationship and the personality, and interacting with the people that you meet along the way. And then the music's kind of like what brings people in, but what keeps people is definitely the person and feeling appreciated, and that that people you want to interact with them, they want to interact with you, I reckon, is what I've learned. And that's what I've kind of structured my stream around. Is music's there, that's how we pass the time, but what makes us hang out is definitely if you enjoy that space and hanging out with me, and I enjoy hanging out with everyone else.
Were you a very social person? I mean, are you a social person? Is that something that you're pretty good at? I mean, I imagine you have to have some sort of ability to talk to people when you're consulting. So, I mean, are you a people person?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm like straight up. Like if I don't talk to people, I go stir crazy. Like, and so it's weird. I reckon anyone who's tempted to start Twitch or is starting out on Twitch early, like it's so weird to talk to a screen of like script and but you could just as soon as you realize that's a legit person on their phone or on the computer, then it turns into that like interaction that we just like as a people person. I'm just love that and
Right.
love hanging out with people. So yeah, definitely a people person. I did a test the other day with work and it was like legit when it has like these 4 things of what people are and there's like a people person bit and I was like,
Way
on
over the
edge.
people person.
Yeah.
What's like some of the questions? It's like, do you like meeting people at parties? It's like,
Yeah. Do you like collaborating with people? Do you like working on your own?
Yeah.
That sort of stuff. And I'm like, hell no, don't put me in a group, bro. Put me in a group.
So, so then when you started doing your Twitch and you started to, when did you started noticing that people were like hanging out and coming back and starting to, I mean, like, were you still in the early phases with your laptop when you started seeing growth?
Yeah. I guess like its growth has always been really interesting
It is.
and like what constitutes, I don't even know, mate. I still don't know any of these days. Like for me, I quickly realized that number one, the biggest thing is never compare yourself to another streamer.
Yeah.
Because everyone's different and communities are different, that sort of thing. And then number 2, just with the growth, I just focused on if I play good music and I'm just being me, then maybe, and then just focus on that. But I did notice like I was still getting growth with the laptop, but as soon as my audio improved, that growth followed that. So I find with improving your stream, the biggest thing is you got to improve your stream for the benefit of the viewer. If you're just trying to improve your stream so it's comfortable to play it, like you got a nice, mouse pad and you got a cool mouse, and like they're all good things, but they don't help the people you're interacting with. And so I tried and focused initially on what can I do to improve my stream to benefit the people who are watching me. So I just as soon as I started improving audio, added looping, added reverb, like that's when I saw more growth. Well, more like people would still poke in, but they may not stick around because they could find another stream that was easier to listen to, that sort of stuff.
Yeah, it's very interesting that you can go on some people's streams where it's the audio is not that great, the picture's not that great, but they'll have like 50, 60 people just rocking along. And then you'll go to somebody's stream where like it's crystal clear, like you can hear every nuance and it's beautiful and they're sitting on a goose egg, you know what I'm saying? Like it's really interesting. Like it doesn't make sense in some ways, but I feel like Twitch makes way more sense than any other kind of social media platform. Just because, I mean, do you know Just Joe Syracuse is? Have you ever heard of him? He's a music streamer.
Yeah.
He was saying, he was talking about how, shit, what did he say? God damn it. Fucking stoners, man. They lose track of what I forgot what Joe said. Oh well. Fuck it. Who cares what Joe said? Good for you, Joe. Anyways, tell me, so how long have you been on Twitch then?
I was trying to work that out last night, actually. I don't know. I think it was like 10, 11 months. Like I had a break for a while, so I'll count that as well. But
I count that as well. Hell yeah.
Yeah. I've been on and off for, I guess, 10, 11 months. But,
Wow.
yeah.
So when did you decide to get back into it and go hard?
I think I was doing like 3 streams for a while. I was starting to get like real sore hands from playing too much because you play like 4 hours 3 times a week, just wrecks your hands when you're playing guitar as poorly as I do. But like when I like the start of this year, I kind of just took a break and just didn't play. I just didn't do streaming for ages, and then I came back on, and probably a March maybe. Yeah, we'll go about March. That's when I started doing two streams a week, and like committing to just pumping those streams out and making sure I do it rain or shine kind of thing. Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah, but before that, it was kind of like, took a break for Christmas and then took a break off because I was like, work. It was raining again, so work was getting super busy, and I was like, you gotta jump on that. Yeah. So, but I think consistency has definitely helped me quite a bit.
Yeah, man. Yeah. No, I agree with you. Like, I come from the podcasting world, and I've been podcasting for the last 5 years. And,
Wow.
it's been a slow growth, but, like, I've been growing and growing and growing. It's funny because, like, my audio version of this conversation will have thousands, of listens. But then,
Yeah.
but then the VOD might get, like, 8. Or like it's just such, no, because getting on Twitch, I mean, I'm starting a whole new platform, and like my listeners are not interested in coming over, and it's like really, it's a huge challenge. And thank you, Reina, for pulling that back up. She was saying that personality matters on Twitch, and that's sort of why you can you can have kind of like bad sound, kind of like a shoddy camera, but if you're really cool and people like to just hang out with you, you'll succeed. And that's kind of what Joe was saying when I brought up Just Joe. Thank you, Reina, for jogging my memory. He was that's what makes it so interesting, because Instagram, what do you got? You got like girls with big butts, like people trying to tell you to like improve your life, like rappers, like it's a very, I mean, like, I don't even know how you grow on those platforms anymore. Like, what the algorithms, fuck you. Like, you have to, you have to have something. What's cool about Twitch is that you just have to have a personality that somebody resonates with. And maybe a talent. Maybe you should have a talent. I do like those girls that hang out and just chatting, the ones who have the OnlyFriends accounts. I applaud those girls who went out of their way and they're following Twitch rules by wearing their clothes and stuff. But then they have that's awesome. But it's interesting. That's all I'm saying, is that it's an interesting platform because it's not really based on like boasting and like, look at what I'm doing, look what I got, look at like, do the way I'm doing it because I'm successful and you're not. It's just like, let's just hang out.
I think like Twitch is definitely a double-edged sword in that it's as giving as it is ruthless, in that it is purely like this. You're right, like Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, all those are based on algorithms and it trying to get the best content in front of the viewer and what it knows that the viewer likes, and so it tries to throw that at them. But with Twitch, is just purely like, if you're popular, you get shown on the platform. Like, if you got the most views, you're up the top when people go scrolling.
Yeah.
And if you're not, you're sitting down the bottom with, I know, as everyone starts with 0 or 1 viewers, you're just like, you just wrecked, bro. Like, you just need someone to kind of get you up there.
Yeah.
And there's no help, I guess, as much as those other potential channels. But yeah, definitely personality, I agree, is the key. Because I've watched music streamers or lurked in music streams where the person is super talented. Like, I love listening to them. But at the same time, like, they don't talk to chat at all. They're just sitting there playing their tunes, and you can do that for a while. But at other time, I feel like with Twitch, it's just like people there because they want to interact with you and they want to understand you and understand your story, kind of like we're doing here. And they can, in a way, I feel like when you watch on Twitch, you kind of see yourself in the person you're watching in a way, and you kind of that's why I stick around, because you connect on some level. And I feel like once you get that, and once you kind of accept that and you just focus on that, that's when you can see growth. But there's also other things you can do as well, I reckon. Like, growth is such an interesting thing, because other people talk about using those other ones with good algorithms and bringing them onto your platform, like you're talking about with your podcast. But I don't know. I still haven't worked that out properly.
Nobody has. That's the fucking problem. Nobody knows how this shit works. Like, what's up, Wallace? Thanks for coming by, man. I appreciate it.
Also, shout out to Reina. It's great to see you.
Of course, my wonderful mod who is just incredible. Yeah, no, it's just a fucking chat, man. I always get like I'm still trying to balance the chat and this, like, because you're right. When people come, they want to hang out and they want to interact. Like, people are trying to interact right now, and luckily we're sort of building this sort of understanding that, like, during interviews, you know what I mean? Like, I can't interact.
Don't talk to me.
Don't you talk to me, chat. But luckily they keep themselves busy, so it's nice. But yeah, man, it's a really weird balancing act, and it's just really it's weird. It's a weird thing to understand, but I feel like it's the least weirdest one to understand. Coming from somebody who has been dabbling in a lot of different platforms, like my YouTube is doing pretty good too. So it's just like weird. How do you merge these different things to make like super mega fucking platform? You know what I mean?
Social pyramid.
Exactly. How do you make it so everything sort of works together? And that's sort of where I'm at, because I have so many irons in the fire. Is like, how do I kind of bring it all together and make this one cohesive thing? And it's such a challenge. And what I love about this platform is, like I said, it's the least weirdest and seems like it's not the easiest, but it seems like it's the most understandable one, like the one way that you can wrap your head around the most, just because it is very straightforward, like you're saying, like there's number based, and if you have 2,000 people in your chat, you're up here, and if you have 0, well, you're down there. But it seems like it's a fair way to sort of stack things.
You know where you stand anyway, yeah. Mm-hmm. And I feel like what I love about Twitch is it just cuts through any, like, you can't be fake on Twitch, because I reckon for a while, like, you could really put on a different person. Like, I could pretend to be like real quiet. I can't, but like I could pretend that I'm real quiet and just like, hey man, like, what's going on? Right. And like I couldn't do that for so long, and so Twitch kind of like it allows people to see how genuine you are very quickly. Like, if you do a 6-hour stream, like, good luck trying to pretend to be a different person for 6 hours. Like, right. That's you can do that. But yeah, that's what I love about Twitch, is like you literally see people at their rawest. Mm-hmm. Like, if I wanted to listen to music, I'd just go on Spotify, because like that stuff, it's been recorded and polished and that sort of thing. But the thing about Twitch is you can listen to someone and you know that that's just them in their living room just playing. Like, I could go to a pub and listen to someone play live, but I want to listen to someone on the other side of the world in their living room at their rawest. And that's where I feel like that's really cool.
Yeah, no, totally. And like the really interesting thing about it as well is that you have these you have the ability to really capitalize on nuance. Whereas like when you go to a pub, or when you go to like maybe a coffee shop, you can get lost in conversation with someone else, or like the place could be loud and shit's breaking and things are clacking and noises, and maybe the game's on and people are screaming in the corner like, ah! Like, which happens all the fucking time at a live gig, And so when you eliminate that and you cut through the bullshit, it's like you're able to present yourself in your truest, rawest, or your most expanded upon self, like a band like the Fantastic Plastics. Are you familiar with them at all?
Not really.
They're fucking awesome. They're Twitch. They just got partnered a couple weeks ago, or maybe a month ago. So yeah, they're killing it. They're like, they like have They have projectors. They chroma key their clothes. They chroma key their faces, their skin colors. They're jumping around for 4 hours, going fucking bananas, like in their basement in Peoria, Indiana. You know what I mean? So it's like, I love that. But they're able to present themselves in their truest and purest way that they want to present themselves. Whereas because I interviewed them and they were saying like they didn't have luck in in real life. They didn't have that following that they're accruing right now, which is insane. Like what's happening with them. They single-handedly brought me out of the pandemic slump my podcast was on. Like just them alone brought me out of it, because like when the pandemic hit, for whatever reason, a bunch of people's podcast numbers just fell, like thousands of listeners, which people are at home.
Go the other way.
I'm sorry?
Sorry, I says you think it'd go the other way, wouldn't you? Like,
you would, but people were at home watching Netflix and like, you know, HBO. They didn't want to sit around listening to shit, because when people are consuming podcasts, they're like riding on a train, or they're, you know, commuting, or they're working out, or trying to block out fucking their family, whatever it is. You know, they're usually doing something while they're listening. Whereas when you're home, most of the time you're just staring at Netflix like, all right, what's next? Fuck this. But yeah, man, the when you look at bands like the Fantastic Plastics, or you look at a couple streams who has this very chill vibe, who are just super low key, and you know, they have like 1,000, 1,500 people in their chat just going nuts all the time, and it's just this. I mean, it's just really cool that you get to like express yourself in the purest form. And I don't know. I've been telling all my friends, because I come from a gigging musician background. I've been telling, I tell all my gigging friends, like, dude, why are you not here? But on the other side of it is like, some of them don't. I don't know if they have the personality to do it. So there's the other half of it. It's just like, people should be doing this, because this pandemic definitely wiped out working musicians' jobs. Real easy, done for a while. So, what are you gonna do? You know, you gonna go fucking paint houses, or you gonna like try to figure out how to maintain a lifestyle as an artist? I don't know. It's been a really interesting journey for me. Yeah, I don't even know where I was going with all that, but you know, here we are.
No, man, I got some of this story. That's sick. I don't know, like what I do.
I mean, well,
with
like,
Twitch.
Well, what do you do with it? I mean, I could tell you exactly why. I mean, like, people love that you're kind of silly. You kind of got like this nerdy page of Pokemon, and like, you know, you and your personality is awesome. Like, you're funny, you're nice, like you're very, very nice. Like, I know that. So, you know what? How do you handle when you dealing with trolls? I don't think I've really seen you deal with trolls yet. So maybe I haven't been in your stream long enough. Since you're such a nice person, I love seeing how people deal with hecklers or trolls, or people just in there trying to spam shit. That's what I focus in on the most, because that's when people can be at their most vulnerable, right? Because like if someone's causing a ruckus or being disrespectful or whatever it is, you know, if you have a good mod, they're banning them and shit. But it's still a juggling act, and people get through. So how do you handle this?
I guess, that's what I was going to go to first. Is like, I'm very fortunate to have great mods that just like, they know who, like, kind of how I am and what's acceptable. And so as soon as they see something that's just not like you said, like, just not nice, just not something that you'd want to hear someone say to your face, let alone through a computer. So they just boom, like, straight away. But I've definitely had trolls, and I kind of feel like even if someone's trolling me, I'm like, well, you could. They're trying to get a reaction, right? They're trying to arc you up and be like, oh, what are you doing, talking like that in my chat, kind of thing, or whatever. Like, get real aggressive, and I'm just like, well, I know that's what they're trying to do, so sometimes if I'll just be like, hey man, like, I'll just act as if nothing happened, and just kind of take the wind out of the sails a bit, and just be like, hope you're doing well, hope you're having a great day, or whatever. And they're just kind of like, that's not the reaction I was hoping for. This is kind of lame. Like, I feel like a goose. So, I've been lucky. Like, I haven't had heaps of trolls, but when I've had them, I just kind of treat them as if I'd like to be treated, despite what I just said. Yeah. And just that kind of just deflates it, and quickly gets it aside. But yeah, definitely my mods. Big shout out to Zolgath and Pool and Zach Harry and Larry and Harry. Like those people definitely help me out and kind of help keep the chat in a way that's, because people don't want to come onto a Twitch chat and get, ridiculed. No. Oh, depending. There's banter. That's always going to have banter. But
which we should kind of get into. But please finish your thought.
There's always got to be banter. But at the same time, you got to have a place where people feel safe and comfortable and don't have to be on guard when they're in the chat. They can just, hang out. Right. And that's kind of the vibe I guess you could go for. Like I always write acoustic vibes, but essentially the vibe I'm going for is you can just chill, listen to music. You can talk. You don't have to talk. But if you want to talk, you can talk to people who are just happy to chill to music like you. And I think as long as people have that and feel comfortable and accepted, then, yeah, I've done my job, I guess. For me, anyway, that's my job.
Right. Well, you kind of touched on something really interesting that I was talking to a guest on Wednesday about. Something that he's having trouble with is, he's having trouble with mods, but he was saying that he was kind of looking at it at a bigger perspective. He was talking about like mental illness and how it can sort of, Twitch can either amplify or help in that sector. Where it can amplify is that they can sort of live out their fantasies or whatever it is, being a complete asshole and just say atrocious things to people and, talking about, I'll kill your family and make you watch, like shit, you know what I'm saying? Like that kind.
Yeah,
I know that was a horrible thing I just said, but that's the type of shit that's out there. And he was just trying to say, like this platform was created probably by a guy who liked to play a lot of video games and who liked computers and maybe wasn't so socially apt, and maybe he wanted to create a platform where people who want to be able to express themselves and talk to other people but have a hard time maybe doing that. And so he sort of built this platform where people can live out lives, whatever life they want to live, right? Like they can be a dude, a lady, or anything in between. And you're out there just interacting with people. And he was just saying that, like, it's a really beautiful place and there's a lot of positivity, but it's also sort of, it can be sort of a breeding ground for, mental illness and for people to, to act out a little. I mean, I don't know. How do you feel about that?
I reckon that's, spot on, eh? Like, even my friends that are on Twitch, like, it kind of amplifies what's inside, I guess, because the classic cliche of keyboard warrior, where because you're a name with chat, like there's nothing stopping you, like you don't feel like it doesn't feel like the repercussions are there, like as in real life if you were to say something, and so people are more honest is how I'd describe it, and but I reckon it's. Again, Twitch is a bit of a double-edged sword where, it kind of can amplify some bad parts of people, or it can amplify the good in someone. And maybe if someone's a bit shy, they're more happier to chat about it in this sort of system that Twitch kind of provides, which is pretty cool. So I reckon, it's pretty cool, but sometimes, just like with everything in life, you're going to have those people that kind of take advantage of that for a bad. But then it also provides an opportunity for those who are shy and those who might not be as interactive in real life, the opportunity to interact with people of a similar feeling, I guess you could say. And that's what I love about the communities, is that it welcomes. You find that a community gets shaped, and like-minded people find each other on Twitch, which is kind of a bit of a romantic thing to say, but. It kind of provides an environment where over time you'll see, I think that's when growth happens, when you come across those people that are like-minded and feel okay in your chat. That's when you see that growth, and it might take a while to find those people or them to find you, but when they do, they stick around. And it's kind of like everyone's searching for channels to find a home in.
Yeah.
Gee, getting deep.
That was a great way to put it. That was an absolutely great way to put it. It's like everybody just sort of looking for a chat to find home, and that's nice, man. I really do think that's a great thing for people, and I feel like that's just sort of where the world's going, anyways. I mean, with this
Yeah.
pandemic and stuff. Okay, I want to talk about the COVID thing. I know you only got about, a little over a half hour, so I'm gonna fulfill one of these point things, and we'll come back and talk to the. This is so funny and ridiculous. Are you okay with this? I mean, because we could just keep talking, Sundancerr. Are
No,
you
no.
okay with watching me do something ridiculous?
That's what I'm here for. Yeah. Yeah.
All
More
right.
about this.
All right, Sundancerr.
Bring it on.
I see where your allegiance lies. Okay. All right.
For the chat. For
I
the chat.
guess. Okay. Let me get the embarrassing thing out. Oh my god, this is so embarrassing. Okay. I'll be right back. God damn it.
So I'll look after chat. Hope you've all been good today. I'm actually watching the stream on another screen so I can see. It's good to see Whispering Glitter. Wallace Nelson. That's an awesome name. Mate. Yeah, it's great to be here as part of the stream. What's going on with that chair? Oh, wait, hang on a second. On my screen, I can just see a chair with an empty hole in the middle of it, but it's not coming through on your screen. Really appreciate those emotes, mate. All the hearts going around. Oh, thanks, Wallace. He's back.
Thank you for handling
Stop
chat.
Stop saying that.
Thank you for handling chat, Sundancerr. It doesn't feel like it's almost like just like a second nature. Like I better adjust the chat. Let me get over here and do this.
Yeah. It's kind of like I think you just get used to talking to
Right.
appears every so often.
Well, I mean, and that's the other thing. It's like there's times when I'm looking at chat and I'm talking to people and I can sort of balance between the both. But as soon as I start addressing it, or if I, switch topic, it just throws me through a loop. So it's really just me getting used to doing both things at once. And I've been trying to figure out how to, I've been, because the other day I had a hype train and fucking, yeah, exactly. Woo! That's what I should have put. Not who's your daddy, because I've been quoting streamers. When I, how like it sends out the notification and you can have it say whatever. It was like interviewing music streamer Sundancerr, and then in quotes it said, "Who's your daddy?" And now I'm thinking it should have just said "woo."
Oh no.
Let me see. It looks like this is the one I've went to before, so I'm gonna move you over here. Oh God.
I don't even know. I didn't even come up with that. I'm pretty sure that was one of my mods actually. Pool Boss. He was like, "Ooh, your daddy," and I read it out one time, but I didn't like it. A bit of a seedy voice, and that's where that's come from, and it's stuck ever since.
Well, it's fucking fantastic. Okay, well, I'm going to fulfill some channel points, and I'm going to do it in front of my guests, which is very fucking embarrassing. All right, calm down, Sundancerr. All right, here we go. It's raining tacos. Oh my God, I already fucked it up. By the way, I'm not a singer. I play like guitar, piano, and bass and all this shit, but I do not sing very well. And that's why I made myself do this, but my chat is...
You got this, I love it.
Okay, we're gonna do it. Oh God. All right. It's raining tacos from out of the sky. Tacos. No need to ask why. Just open your mouth and close your eyes. It's raining tacos. It's raining tacos. Out in the streets, tacos. All you can eat, lettuce and shell, meat and cheese. It's raining tacos. Yum, yum, yummity yum. It's like a dream. Yum, yum, yummity yum. Bring your sour cream. I gotta scroll down. It's raining tacos. Oh, tacos. Oh, tacos. Oh, it's raining tacos. Hold on. Here we go. Nope.
Yeah.
Hold on. Hold on. I've been doing it's raining tacos out of the sky. Tacos. No need to ask why. Open your mouth and close your eyes. It's raining tacos. Okay. There you go. Whispering Glitter.
Sorry.
There you go. I'll do the melodica solo later. Maybe after the guest leaves, so I don't have to watch him watching me. Which, by the way, I like that you gave me an out. You were like, yay! Where I could have easily just been like, oh no. I was like, no, I gotta finish the song.
It happens all the time to me. I'm sorry. Oh.
No. It's I appreciate it. I appreciate the support. Whispering Glitter, thank you for embarrassing me in front of my guests, but I guess I did it to myself. So whose fault is it really? I put it in channel point. Reina, I'll get you your melodica solo. Don't worry. Anyways, so tell me. So were you streaming regularly before the pandemic hit, or did you sort of start doing it? Did you start getting back into it as the pandemic hit?
That's a good question. I guess I was relatively consistent before, but like kind of mucking around a bit. When the pandemic hit, it didn't really change too much, I guess you could say, because I was already kind of half doing it. And if anything, it just gave me more time to work on it, maybe. So that's when I started adding those extras. So like, finding those YouTube videos allowed you to add like the stream avatar to do the Pokemon and the fire and the party time and all that sort of stuff. So that's what it kind of gave me more time to research and actually have a go at improving my stream, not just just sitting there in front of the screen and playing music.
When the pandemic hit, were you I mean, like a lot of people around everywhere, they sort of lost jobs, they had to stay home. Was that so for you? I mean, as a farmer, it seems like you could work outside during a pandemic. But But
and
you kind of work differently, so you're not in the fields and shit. So how was that? Were you just like all of a sudden you had to like stay home and that's why you had this extra time, or I'm just curious how it affected you personally.
Yeah. So sorry, I probably didn't explain it. Like I am in the paddock and doing this stuff. It's just like in terms of machinery, I've been getting contractors in, but with my role, like in Australia, they kind of classify jobs as critical, as in, so like obviously producing food is critical, and so my job is directly related to producing food. So in terms of my job was deemed critical, so I was very lucky, and I feel terrible for anyone being affected with not having a job at the moment because of the pandemic. But my job was basically like the government, I guess, would say like, your job, we need food, so you need to keep doing your job, but you need to limit your interaction with people. So that means like in our, like I guess everywhere, shaking someone's hand is a really respectful thing to do when you meet someone, and it's a disrespectful thing to like ignore someone by not shaking their hand. And so we just stopped. That was really weird, but like we just stopped doing that. You couldn't run big field days to show off new machines or new plants and that sort of stuff. So that's impacted a fair bit, like in terms of how I can communicate what's good and what's not good to do when you're farming. But on the farm itself, because I'm mostly working on my own, it just hasn't really touched that. And the crop side of things, it kind of doesn't really need me there 24/7, so that's fine. And my office was pretty small, so for a while there I was like kind of working by myself in the office. And so minimal impact because my job is directly related to a critical, I guess, output like food. But there's definitely friends of mine who just like, had to, like, their jobs just disappeared, and they had to try and find work elsewhere. So I guess you could say I know there's people who have been directly affected with their job, and they also had a Twitch stream, so they've just jumped heavily into Twitch.
Right.
But I don't think I haven't done that as much. It's given me a little bit more time, but I wouldn't say heaps because because my job isn't, the way, just because my job is the way it is.
Yeah. Definitely, man. So then you said nothing really changed other than you had more time to add like party time and the flames and stuff.
Yeah.
But did you notice like, I mean, because like when I guess what I'm getting at is that when I'm talking to these streamers who've been streaming prior to when the pandemic hit, they saw a huge spike, and they've been
Yeah.
sort of riding that wave. I'm just curious if that's how if it worked like that for you, or if it, because you said it kind of stayed the same, but I mean I imagine you've seen something, but I don't know. I guess I don't know. I don't know. Did you
Okay.
see a spike in viewership as the pandemic closed in?
I guess as it got really intense, yeah, it did. I guess you could say that. I was kind of thinking from my perspective, as
Yeah,
in
for
what
your
I did with
perspective.
my video, sorry, but
No, it's
yeah,
okay.
from a viewership perspective, yeah, I did. I definitely did see a spike. You can look at in your stream, you can kind of look at the analytics, and it tells you like viewership and that sort of stuff.
Right.
And yeah, I guess looking at it yesterday, I was just like, oh righto. So I was kind of trying to explain the spike now, and now I'm like, obviously, it's this
Wait,
flipping
wait.
pandemic.
Are you serious? Like you didn't put the two together?
No.
Oh man, Sundancerr, where you at?
That's a
Look,
FaceTime moment and a half.
it's like it's just interesting because like I'm sure you think about your business like I think about like your farming business and stuff. You critically think about it, and like you're
Yeah,
very involved and you're passionate, and like this is your life. And whereas Twitch was like this way of sort of having fun and practicing it and just sort of a
yeah.
side thing that you like doing. Whereas like for me, it's like every detail is like part of the equation, and it's like where is it? But like it's not. I'm not trying to say that you're not that kind of person, because that's probably how you are with your job, with your business. It's just funny that you're just like, I don't know. It's I'm just having fun, which is really actually really nice, because you're not like out there like I'm trying to I gotta get all this for this, like you're not like I'm setting goals for myself, and I do aggressively go after shit, but I'm not thirsty, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, yeah.
I like that for you. This is just sort of like I'm just having fun, you know what I mean? Some people it
Yeah,
comes
like I
off real
guess
strong that they really want your attention, you know what I mean?
like in a way though, like that's kind of one of the things I said to myself when I started was like this is all about, keeping it fun so that I enjoy it. Like you got to enjoy it, I think. And if you don't enjoy it, then it's gonna come across.
Yes.
But for me, it's all about having fun. Obviously, like I've invested a lot of time, so I guess I do kind of think it analytically. Like but I more think about it percentages. I don't think about it in raw numbers.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, it's about setting a correct expectation and it's all about coming down to what I want out of this, what am I hoping to achieve, and it's all back to that. I want to get better as a musician. I want to improve on myself. I want to share and see if people like it. So I still am, but at the same time, there's such a potential for people to get thirsty or get greedy and just be like, give me all them subs, man. Give me all them biddies. Like, get me up on that. And that's the thing. Like, that is definitely damaging. And I think you just got to be like, no, that's not me. That's not what I want. That's not what I think people want. And just be like, I'm just happy that people watch. Like, I just can't believe people watch me for as long as they do. Even like half an hour, like, I'm just like, whoa, people are still here. Like, that baffles me. And so I'm just like, the other stuff is helpful and the other stuff is cool. But at the end of the day, if I don't have a relationship with people and people don't enjoy watching me, then what am I doing it for, kind of thing?
Yeah.
And so I think for me, it's always about having the right mindset and letting the other stuff sort itself out. Because at the end of the day, I have a full-time job. Like when this pandemic's over and it's back to normal, hopefully when it's back to normal, like that will still be my full-time job. And that's how I like care for my family and that sort of stuff. But this stuff is, I think it's always good to have a good mindset. And I definitely work hard. And like you're saying, like I definitely try and work out how do I get better? How do I crunch numbers? That sort of thing. But at the end of the day, it's always comes back to it's got to be fun for people and it's got to be fun for me, and we just got to enjoy hanging out. And as long as people turn up, then I'll keep playing, essentially.
Yeah.
And the whole like, I don't know. I got asked the other day if I want to go full time eventually, like one day in a perfect world when everything works out and suddenly you got 100 people watching you every stream. But I'm kind of like, well, I don't know. I haven't really thought that far ahead. Like, to be honest, I'm still working out how to turn me stream on everyone and not, forgetting to do the right music category or whatever. But like, yeah, I think there's definitely a temptation when you're starting out, when you're starting to see growth, that you can be like too focused on it. It's always good to have a goal and try to work towards those goals, I reckon. But you can definitely tell the streamers, what's that mean? There was like a streamer that said, "Why didn't you sub to me? Why didn't you sub?" And it became a meme, and they got like wrecked on YouTube and everything because they're just so focused on the money things. And I feel like that's devastating. And it kind of shows where that person's at in terms of their view of their stream, as opposed to a good mindset, I reckon.
Right, yeah, because there's definitely those people who are in it for whatever the reason is, but it's the right reason, and then that there's people and you can feel it, and I like that you said that after 3, 5, 6 hours stream, there's no way you can keep up some like glassy veneer, right? Like there's no some shiny fucking just. It's impossible. That's like one of the great things that. Are you familiar with the Joe Rogan Experience, the podcast, or do you even know who that is? I don't know if you even.
Yeah, I know who he is. Yeah, the MMA.
Yeah, exactly. Like that was one of the interesting things about that podcast is that when he was doing that it's a 3-hour podcast where you just shoot the shit. Like whoever's on the show is shooting the shit, and he says the same thing. It's like, after 3 hours of talking to somebody, especially the way that he does, you're going to know if he's full of shit or not, because there's no way anybody can just sit there and keep this facade up for so long.
Yeah.
It's just, it's very interesting when you see people really trying hard to do that. Like, there's somebody right now that I've been watching who completely, I'm not going to say completely because that's rude, but like, I don't know. I'm not going to talk. I don't want to talk shit. I'm not, because it's not nice. It's not nice because this person, I feel like, is sort of biting really hard on someone else's stream. And by biting, for people who don't know what biting is, it means like just copying. And I feel like, I feel like it's a great homage to the person that they're sort of almost impersonating. But it comes off kind of not genuine to me, and it's almost hard to watch in some aspects. And they're a very nice person, like you can tell they're a very nice person, but I don't feel like that's who they genuinely are, or maybe that's who they want to be, but just are not that yet, or just not that ever, so it's just like it's a very weird and uncomfortable situation sometimes. Have you ever come across stuff like that?
Oh, like even I notice it myself. Like I'll watch people who I love watching, and I think, oh, that's a really cool idea. I love that. And so I can definitely see how certain streamers have influenced my own stream.
But and I don't want to say that like by copying other people or using the same app, using the same Streamlab app as you, like that's the same, because that's for everybody. Everybody's gonna be using it however they use it. You know what I mean? But I'm saying like direct, like almost quotations of how the other streamer talks, like just the. Like it's a little bit too close for home, for comfort, and it's fine. Yeah. Like, and it's the thing that really is okay, that makes it okay. Because if they were just biting hard and just ripping people off, like I don't know if I could be in that chat, but but I like the people in that community, so like it's weird. I like this person, by the way. I don't want to sound like I'm some judgy asshole, but like I see what's happening, and I'm new to this shit still, so like I see what's happening, and I'm probably gonna start recognizing it even more as I get deeper into this, but.
Yeah.
Like it goes beyond just, downloading similar apps to somebody you saw, or, I saw like Raquel Lilly does this thing with Megan Linnaeus. They do this podcast together where they do squad streaming. And I loved how Raquel Lilly was able to engage in the conversation. She was like this the whole time, staring at her chat and typing and listening, which I feel like is rude, but I guess that's cool. I don't know. It's just part of the culture. But like, anyways, like, but I loved how she was like, she would pick and choose out of chat what she wanted to add to the conversation, which was really cool. And so that's something that I've sort of incorporated. I don't think that's wrong. You know what I mean? Like, I think that that's okay to be like, oh, I really like how she incorporates this. I'm going to try that out for myself. That's fine.
Yeah.
But like to try to embody an entire personality, I feel like is something else.
Yeah, like I guess you could say at the moment I'm heavily influenced by Ed Sheeran and his performances. Like I just love I just love the way that he incorporates one instrument to create so many different sounds that work together and just create this band in a way like he can do with just his guitar. And so that's heavily influenced my desire to get a looper and play that and harmonize with myself and that sort of thing. Like, and I just really enjoy doing that. But I know there's also other streamers who are influenced by Ed Sheeran. And so what's the go there like? But knowing who they are, they're very different personalities to me, and they have their own little kind of, I guess, flavor, Ed Sheeran flavor. And their voice is very different to me. So like, we don't sing the same songs because the songs don't sound very different, or like they're just more comfortable for that person to sing that song and for me to sing this song. And then you've also like, I feel like music is very interesting because you've got so many singer-songwriters or guitar singers or piano people, or like piano person singing with piano, and then you got just straight instrumentalists who don't sing and just play along to music and that sort of thing. So there's a lot of potential for people to look or sound similar, but then you also got your overlays and that sort of thing. When is that unique, and when is that too close to home? Like, there's a lot of people that use the Stream Avatar app, and there's probably people out there that use Pokemon all the time. But do they do it? I don't know. Do they do it like me, or do I do it like them? I don't know. But I feel like you've got to look at other streams for 100%. Like, you got to look at other people to see what's good and what's not, and you got to adapt. And I think I changed my overlay last night. I could just completely change the look of it and that sort of thing, just to kind of. I just like keeping it fresh, and so that's why it's good to network. Not only do you get to meet new people and that sort of stuff, but you also get to see what's interesting. And I feel like I like watching Harris Heller on YouTube. I don't know if you see much of his stuff.
I don't.
You check him out. He's on the Stream Doctor, but for Twitch, and he's really good at, he was saying in a video I watched the other day that it's all about a clean look these days. Like I remember when I first started watching Twitch, there was all this, you have like latest subscriber, latest this, latest, like it was just plastered. All this stuff was plastered on your page. Right. But lately I've noticed that it's clean, mostly camera. And so the idea is that people are focused on you as the content, not on all the random stuff happening.
Right.
That kind of add as a distraction. And so the less is more in a way, which is kind of interesting.
Yeah. And like right now you can probably see my overlay in the background. That for interviews, it used to be like this insane, like fucking kaleidoscope, psychedelic whirlwind, and I made that conscious decision. It was like that might hurt people's feelings or eyes because I don't know, like you know what I mean, like because you can get distracted. But for like my live looping sessions, which I think I'm going to start calling them psychedelic lunch vibes. But I don't give a shit. Like, I'll have fucking the overlays, that just psychedelic madness, and me playing and shit. Because that's the vibe I'm just trying to put out. But for interviewing somebody, like, you don't need all that shit. It's like me, you, and we're floating through the space matrix. You know? Like, why not? That's fine. Feels good. Okay. I know you gotta get going here soon, and I want to play a game. So let me fulfill this melodica solo, which will be very quick, and the game will be very quick, and you'll be out of here by I think 10:30 for you, and that's okay.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I appreciate that, bro.
Oh, I appreciate you fucking talking to me, man. Like this, I hope you're having fun. I hope this was okay. I don't know. I mean,
Oh, like I've been interviewed for work and stuff, like on about farming and things, but I've never been properly interviewed about music. So I'm just stoked that people want to know about my music story.
I kind of saw that, like when you were talking about your work, you're just sort of like, I almost felt like your face was saying like, I guess I'll talk about this. I guess this is interesting.
That's what I do for a living, is talk about farming.
So you're just sitting like, okay, all right. Oh, thank you, Wallace, for that premature bid. Let me clean up chat real quick. Whispering Glitter, thank you so much for those biddies. I super duper appreciate it. Love you. Mighty Mighty, hold on, I gotta give you your Mighty Mighty. Thank you for the bits. I appreciate that. That was very nice of you, generous. And I'm, again, everybody, I love you. Thank you, Whispering Glitter, for my performance and for saying that it was nice, but it was not epic. You don't have to lie to me. Okay, let me do this melodica solo. It's gonna be a quick one, guys. I'm not. If you guys want to play Craigslist, I gotta make it quick. So let me do this. All right, here we go. Whoa. All right. I'm giving myself a round of applause, which is really sad. All right. Let's play Craigslist. Okay, so the name of the game is How Much Does It Cost on Craigslist? I'm going to share the screen with you so you can see what's going on here. Get rid of that.
Damn.
It's basically like The Price is Right. Do you have The Price is Right over there?
No.
It's a game show.
Yes. Okay. Oh, I know. Yeah. Wait, is it on your? Are people going to be able to see the price on your stream? Because I can see your stream.
Yeah, they're gonna see. Yeah, they're gonna see everything that you see.
Oh, right. So I'm not going to cheat if I look on that.
Oh no, you're not. No, you're good.
Okay, good.
Can you see my screen? Am I sharing now?
Yeah. I can see me.
Okay, cool.
Damn, I look tasty as.
You look good, sir. You look good, sir. Oh, this is the answers. Hold on. Okay, hold on. Here we go. All right, first item. So it's like The Price is Right. It's basically you can bid. I'm going to show you a picture, read the description, and then we're going to bid. You can go over. It doesn't matter. You can go over all you want, but it's whoever is closest. And we're playing for these patches from our sponsor, modedstudios.com, MODEDSTUDIOS.com. Go get yourself some patches. All right, we got Let's Start 2020 Over Again. There you go. We got San Francisco Wu-Tang patch, and we got West Coast.
Nice.
And Sundancerr, you can have one of these too. So let's look at the first. You're playing the game. You gotta. I'm grabbing the wrong mouse. Oh, I wanted to do
San Francisco 49ers. Is that what that patch was?
Yeah, but on a Wu-Tang emblem. Do you have Wu-Tang over there? I'm not just joking.
Is that like beef jerky?
No, Wu-Tang Clan. It's like a okay. All right, smart guy. All right, hold on. Okay, so here we go. Ronald McDonald. It's just real quick. This is out of Manchester, Maryland. Outside of Baltimore, if that gives you guys any clues. Ronald sitting on a bench. Call Ed. So let's start the bids. You guys drop your bids in the chat, and we'll start with Sundancerr. What do you think?
So you got to buy.
What'd you say?
Oh, so how much? Am I guessing how much Ronald McDonald is worth?
Yeah, how much is Ronald McDonald sitting on a bench worth? How much do you think they're charging for that?
to sit next to him and take a photo.
I guess. But no. Not to sit next to him and take a photo, but to actually buy that atrocious thing.
Oh.
So how much do you think that terrible thing cost?
Oh, that's a quality piece of art. So I'm thinking, let's go with 800.
That's fair, and I'm gonna make it a little bigger for y'all. So Sundancerr says 800. Reina says 1300. Spicy chicken nugget, you've been saucy. Sorry, not spicy. Saucy, you've been hanging out. You've been lurking. Wallace, what the fuck? Wallace. All right. Wallace has $2,279.14. Thank you for converting into U.S. dollars, by the way, Sundancerr. So 800% for Sundancerr. Whispering Glitter says 4568. Okay, I got you. Mighty 2500. Okay, I think that's everybody in chat. So okay, here we go. So actual retail price on Craigslist. Do you guys got Craigslist? I feel like that's worldwide.
I think it's a thing. I don't know.
We just don't talk about it.
Yeah, it's he or she or it that should not be named. Kind of Voldemort setup. Maybe.
I feel you. That's how it should be here. $2,500. Mighty, did you cheat? How
Damn
dare it! Mighty takes it for the exact amount. Hold on, you get another one. Mighty. Okay.
That's impressive.
So Mighty, you get a patch. Just whisper me your for the win. Yes, Mighty, she's killing it. Mighty, you can whisper me your address and which patch you want, or drop it in the D, which I'm trying to get used to, like Discord and shit, dude. It's so much. It's just so much.
It is. Look at a lot of time, I reckon.
Dude, it just takes so much effort and shit, but it's fun. This is so much. Okay, we're gonna play one more round so we can get Sundancerr out of here on time. All right, so here we go. We got an old. Should we do an oil painting, flag sculpture, or an old tile? Sundancerr, it's up to you.
What the hell is a flag sculpture? Can we do that?
Sure. It's the American flag. Let me. This is America. All right.
America.
Thank you for that. That was good. So here we go. Let me read it, and then I'll. Oh, where'd you go? No, sorry. There you go. There you are. All right, let me read it to you. Carved American flag in solid wood, size 23 by 13 by 1.75 inches. We take custom orders too. You can choose finish, usually stain, and natural oil or beeswax. So this is Broadview Heights, and I don't even know where that's at in America. I should start doing this overseas. It'd be funner. Anyways, wherever this is at in the United States. And here's a little bit of a bigger look at it. Oh, there we go. So there you guys go. So we'll start.
Am I guessing on a beeswax coating, a natural coating, or a dark? Because I feel like that would influence the price slightly.
Well, they don't really say. And I think you're right. And I like that you're thinking about this with strategy, Sundancerr. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, I don't know which one. They didn't list it, but I think you're right. I feel like they should have been listing that shit. I feel like that would have gave it a little bit more value. All right, Sundancerr, where are you sitting on this one?
I'm just thinking about how much time it would take to make this. So I'm gonna go
this is a lot of time.
I'm gonna go. I can see chat's like very
they're on
300-500, but I'm more like 1,500.
Yeah, I mean, because that's real art. That takes a long time. So Sundancerr goes 1,500. All right. I think Whispering Glitter is going to take the 567. All right. Fair enough. All right. I think that's everybody. Saucy. Oh, yeah, you already did. Also, how fun is it to just like have full-on conversations with people like Whispering Glitter or like, hey, Saucy Chicken Nugget, how's your kids?
I just can't believe, some of the names on here are so good. I just love it.
Great. They're so good. Someone was in the chat the other day, I'm having a panic attack. I love it. All right, guys. Actual retail price on Craigslist. That's my snare roll. $150. They don't value themselves at all.
Just up 10 times the asking price.
All right. So who got
It
that?
was bad.
Wallace, the mod took it. I don't know if no, Wallace, you know what, Wallace, I'll send you a patch. Just send me a whisper of which one you want, and I'll send it out. Way to go, mod. Wallace and Reina, awesome mods. Sundancerr, I really appreciate you getting up early. Well, you get up early anyways, but I appreciate you, fitting me into your day. You're going to the music studio, right? You're about to go record some stuff?
Oh, yeah, I'm going to see if I'm going to talk to a bloke, go for a meeting and find out how much it's going to cost me to record a song. The latest song that I've wrote. And yeah, see if we can do like a bit of a test to see if like he's happy to do recording for me and that sort of stuff. So start the process anyway.
Hell yeah, man. Well, I'm excited to see that. Please send my patch to Sundancerr. Okay. All right, Sundancerr.
Oh, thank you so much.
Do you want a patch?
I would love a patch.
All right, you have. Oh, sorry, you don't have that camera. It has Wu-Tang Clan, San Francisco, West Coast, and then start 2020 over again. Oh, sorry. There you go. I also have. Oh, you know what? I also have Ace Ventura, Into the Wild, and Epstein.
I love the West Coast one.
And then Epstein didn't kill himself, of course. God damn it. Okay, well you can't see that one, but Epstein. Oh yeah, you can. Hold on. There you go.
Is that how you do West Coast?
Yeah,
like
that. Do you like the West Coast one?
Yeah, man.
All right, cool. Well, just whisper me your addy. I'll send it out. Okay, man. I'm black. Yes, you are, Wallace. Yes, you are. I'm sorry. I just came in the chat in the middle of a conversation. Sundancerr, you go and get your studio work done. I super appreciate it, my man. Thank you so much. I'll see you in chat, and I'll keep annoying you. Never mind. I'm not gonna say. It's just funny. I know you gotta go. I'm just gonna embarrass myself, just so you know. Like I'm always in your chat, be like, Reina's on. When you're like, who should we raid? Reina's on. By the way, I liked how you handled it the other day. And by the way, I'm not offended when you're just like, it's totally cool, and I understand. I'm just on Team Reina, so you gotta understand.
Yeah, no, I love listening to Reina, but I also love
right. You love spreading the love, and that's totally cool. But I loved how you handle it. You're like, I was like, Reina's on, and you're like, yes, she is. And you kept going. I was like, that's pro shit right there. That was pro shit.
Sorry, Reina. I feel bad.
Do not apologize. You are handling your chat, sir. You handle your chat the way you handle your chat. I appreciate it. Dude, I respect that more than you being like, what? There was like nothing could have been better than you just moving right forward and going right through it. I respect the shit out of it. So just know that I'll probably be that annoying guy. But just know.
I love it. No.
But yeah, I promise I won't be too annoying. Okay, man. I'll see you in chat. I love you, brother. Have fun today, and just take care of yourself and be safe.
No, thank you so much for having me. Love you too. Have a great day, everyone. See you next time.
All right, brother. You take care.
Bye.
All right. Sundancerr, everybody. Let's give him a round of applause. I don't know if you guys...